Thanks, Judy. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to worship on this last Sunday of January. I kind of like saying that. January tends to be kind of a harder month for many folks, unless you really like the darkness and the cold, but we are almost through January. So thanks be to God for the passage of time, and thanks be to God for this opportunity this morning to gather as God's people. Of course, today is also our annual meeting day. You smell the potluck after worship today. We'll have a potluck dinner, and then that'll be in the basement. And then when everybody's kind of ready, we'll make an announcement and come on up here for the annual meeting. So we will be having the annual meeting here this year, largely so we can live stream that for the folks that can't be here. So hopefully you can stay. We need 50 people for a quorum for our meeting today, so we might be on the phone if there's not enough, but we hope that we can have enough to get through the meeting today. And we look forward to that. So what an opportunity we have before us. All right, we'll take a brief look at the bulletin for the announcements, and then we'll begin our worship today. Our worship setting is setting number 10 this morning, just so please note that. We had a couple of, we'll start on the prayer list. We had a couple of deaths in our community recently. Well, one in our community and one down in the Tuttle area who has connections here. We'll extend our sympathy and prayers to the Gertrude Dunham family. Her funeral will be here at First Lutheran tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock a.m. Some of you might not be familiar with Gertrude, but you might know the Arnold family. Her daughter is Will and David Arnold family. And Gertrude was living in Minot when the flood happened in 2011, and she moved here and lived over here in the village for about 2 years. And you might remember she would tootle on over here. She struggled with her vision, but she had a little motorized cart, and so she would buzz on over here, joined our church. She was a delightful lady, very, very, you knew where you stood with Gertrude when you talked to her. Always an engaging conversation. So again, tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m., we'll celebrate the life. She was almost 95 years old, so thanks be to God for her life. Also, you see Theodore Jenner family. We extend our sympathy and prayers to Theodore Jenner's family. I know Lyle was down at the funeral yesterday, but Theodore's a grandpa of our own Stephen Stutling, Theodore's daughter, Stephen and Devaney, grandkids, but Vondell Stutling would be a daughter. Also Brant Jenner, many of you know Brant, would be their father, Theodore. So that funeral was on Friday down in Tuttle. So our prayers are with the Theodore Jenner family, as well as the Gertrude Dunham family, and continued prayers for the Roger Lurch family. Roger's funeral was a week ago yesterday here. All right, we'll move on down the list there. Today's worship service has been sponsored by Stan and Christy Lesmeister in memory of Corey and Karami Seibel. So thanks to the Lesmeisters for the broadcast today. And on that note, we welcome those who are watching us Wednesday evening on the Wednesday evening telecast audience, as well as those joining us via the live stream on the internet right now. So thank you for joining us. Again, right after worship today, we'll head down to the potluck dinner. Looking forward to that. Thank you all for bringing food for that. Really appreciate that. You'll see a nice thank you note from Maxine Lurch there. You can read that. I'm very, very appreciative for all of the help last week. Let's see, a couple of the council meets this Wednesday at 7 p.m. So we are on the first of the month. February 1st is Wednesday, so please note that. Those are the announcements I think I needed to make at the outset. And of course, there'll be more during the annual meeting. We'll just leave that for that.